Welcome to Barf City, episode 38. I'm Eric.
I'm Kevin.
So, my wife, I don't know if you noticed from the last year when we were talking about movies, you were talking about Shaggy Dog.
Yeah.
Uh, my wife, she put in the comment that the Shaggy Dog is actually a remake of an older movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, apparently. I didn't know either, but apparently she did.
That didn't surprise me though.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me either. So,
When did the old movie come out?
um,
Like 70s or something?
let me see. So The Shaggy Dog is a 1959 American fantasy comedy film produced by Walt Disney Production.
Jeez.
So yeah, it's about a teenage boy who turned into a sheepdog by an ancient spell.
Hmm.
Yeah, it stars Fred McMurray, Tommy Kirk, Gene Hagen, and Kevin Corcoran, Tim Considine. I can't say that last name for shit. Roberta Shore and Annette Funicello. Yeah. So it went from 1959 to when was the
It was like mid
1994?
2000s, 2004, 2005, somewhere around in there.
Apparently, there's a movie from 1994 called Shaggy Dog as well.
Oh, okay. So maybe it's a
Yeah.
remake of a remake. Huh.
Let me see what that one's about.
Hmm.
Yeah. Wilby is a 16-year-old science whiz kid who can never seem to get on with girls. He learns from his father that the Borgias used magic to help their love lives. And when he accidentally finds himself in possession of a Borgio ring, he decides to see if it will work for him. Instead, it turns him into a big shaggy dog, and he sets off on a series of adventures.
Wow.
Yeah. James Cromwell was in that movie.
There's James Conroe.
Um, he was the farmer from Babe.
Oh, yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah, and he was in Green Mile. But yeah, he was in that movie.
It's funny, all you had to do was say farmer from Babe, and I immediately was
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, I know.
Well, like if
I
you
just
did it,
pictured his face immediately.
yeah, I mean, if you've seen Babe, you know who he is.
Yeah.
And I kind of figured you've seen that movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess there's multiple Shaggy Dog movies.
Yeah. That can happen sometimes. There's remakes of remakes, of a lot of films actually.
Yeah. I think the one we're all familiar with, yeah, is the 2006.
Oh, 2006. Okay. I couldn't remember
Yeah.
it. I knew it was somewhere in that bracket, but
How many Shaggy Dogs were there? Now I'm curious. Oh, and from the 1959, you have, which came into the Shaggy Dog DA, and the Return of Shaggy Dog. So you got the 1959, the 1976, 1987. Then you got the 1994 film and the 2006 film. So total, there's one, two, three, four, five, six Shaggy Dog movies.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That didn't surprise me. They had a 90s version though, because the 90s were like flooded with well, animal movies in general, but especially dog movies. They were really popular in the 90s. So mm,
So I was talking about it over the week. I'm probably getting into it. So the me looking up actors with weird contract clauses
yeah.
started because me and Jay were talking about how Dwayne The Rock Johnson has in his contract that he can't be beaten on screen. So all his fights on in the movie, if he's going to lose or die, it has to be off screen now.
What actor is this again?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, he's not the one that started that. Van Diesel is the one who started that. And then Nathan Statham also picked up on that. So when they were all three in the Fast and the Furious movies,
Hmm.
they actually had to get equal licks on each other. Like they had to do the same amount of punches to the other, same amount of kicks, throws, whatever.
Yeah.
So they basically did so all three of their characters would constantly stay equal.
Yeah. So basically, anytime somebody wants to do a movie with them, they just have to agree to that contract in order to
Mm-hmm.
have them be in their movie.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But it got me into looking like I'm curious if there's anybody else that had some weird, or kind of weird ones or interesting ones in general, right? And I
Yeah.
found a list on WatchMojo.com, which I actually sometimes watch their YouTube videos, uh, of the top 20 craziest actor contract demands. And I kind of want to just go over some of them with you.
Okay.
So at number 20, apparently Queen Latifah has it in her clause that she is not allowed to die in any movie she's in.
Huh.
Apparently, she died in one movie, and then after that, she decided to make it in her clause. So no matter what, if you see her in a movie and she's an important character, if they
Yeah.
make a number two, she's probably going to be in it. Yeah, she is not allowed to die on screen. I
Which
mean,
is
not allowed
interesting
to die in
because she was
general.
in what was that movie? The Last Holiday she was in?
I
Because she
think so.
the whole point of that movie was is her character was dying, so she was going to live her life like it was the last day, of her life. She found out she was dying. She had some kind of rare disease. I can't remember what it was. But then she found out that there was at the end of the movie, they found out there was a mix up and she actually wasn't dying. And she wound up in all this dead or something. And it was just kind of a little funny ending.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't die.
Right. So I just found that kind of funny. So if I would have known
Yeah.
about that contract, it'd have been like, oh, well, obviously she's not going to die. So
Yeah,
she's
now
allowed to.
like looking back at it, like, wow, damn, glad I didn't know this back then.
Yeah.
But that means you can never, if Queen Latifah ever played in an action, like a explosive action movie or a horror film, you're like, she's never gonna die or whatever.
She'll be the one surviving. Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll be the final girl. Yeah.
So at number 19, we have Steve McQueen. Uh, I guess he has a thing in his statement: equal billing, equal lines. There's probably aren't many people who called Steve McQueen chicken, but Paul Newman is allegedly one of them. He's even said to have added a rather profane word after it. Newman starred alongside McQueen in the Towering Inferno. He reportedly said that those things when he learned that his co-star was keeping count of how much dialogue each of them had in the script. But not only did McQueen count the lines, he also apparently demanded that they up the quantity he had to make it equal to Newman's. With all this, you may be wondering who got top billing, the studio accommodating them both by putting the Queen's name first on the poster, but placing Newman's slightly higher.
Hmm.
So, because of his issue with Newman, he made it in their movie. They had to have equal lines. He couldn't have Newman couldn't have more lines than him. Yeah,
Yeah, I know. I don't think this was a contract thing. Well, at least I don't think it was anyway. On the show Friends, one of the things the writers always tried to do, especially in the first few seasons, they always tried to make sure all six characters had approximately an even amount of lines. So, because they didn't want any of them to kind of overshadow any of the others. So,
yeah. But with them, they just had to,
I think
spread it
that was
across
just
the entire
yeah.
season.
I think that was something they were just doing. I don't think that was a contract thing. So,
Yeah, because I don't see those guys at the Herring who had the most lines because a lot of the funny moments came not from the lines but their face,
yeah,
how they reacted with their face. A lot of times to me, especially Chandler and Joey.
yeah.
Ross had some good expressions too, though. Uh, Number 18, we have Juliana Margulies, and then it's kind of a pricey wig. So I guess she's from The Good Wife. I don't really know this actress that much. And
I don't know who that is. So.
so because I guess because she had her hair is really curly,
Hmm.
and I guess she got tired of it being having to get straightened every day. She had put in her contract that they had to maintain it. She would wear a wig. They were made specifically for her hairline with real human hair and it cost about $10,000 each.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Just so she didn't have to get her hair straightened for the scene.
In a
I
way,
can't fully blame
yeah,
her though.
yeah. I was about to say, in a way, I can't really blame her. Yeah,
But I mean, you also then have so at the same in the same breath, you have actors that willingly like have their entire body painted every day for a scene. I think that to me would be more of a hassle than getting my hair straight.
yeah.
But again,
Well,
I don't have curly hair, so
yeah,
if anybody had that's listening has curly hair, you can let us know in the comments how much of a pain in the ass that is.
yeah.
Because I honestly don't know.
If your hair's really curly, I would imagine you'd have to do at least some form of
Yeah.
chemically straightening it, and then maybe with some, flat iron to help even it out a little bit. I don't know. So, mm,
Yeah, I'd have to look at the actress and
yeah.
see her hair and be like, oh yeah, that probably was a bitch. Uma Thurman,
Hmm.
apparently in her contract, uh, when she was set to star in Eloise in Paris, she had in her contract that no other cast members could receive more favorable dressing facilities.
More
She had to,
favorable dressing
yeah,
facility.
she had to have better dressing rooms than everyone else.
That's a weird thing to have in your contract, but I guess that's something that's important to her.
Yeah, like, like eh, it's kind of, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah. Like if out of all the dressing rooms, she has to have the best one, basically. So,
Yeah, because like she had, other demands, which was very understandable, like a no nudity clause, which I understand that, and the
yeah,
control over her own likeness was used in the promotion of products, so she got to control how her likeness was used, which I understood that, but a better dressing room than everyone else,
yeah, that's a very specific
yeah.
thing to have in there, and it's I don't know, it seems weird to me, but I guess everybody has their things that are very important to them. I guess. So,
I'm not an
yeah,
actor and
yeah.
actress, so I mean, I don't know how,
I don't
you
know
know,
what the standard dressing rooms are like, so
yeah.
maybe they're really crappy. I don't know.
I mean, as nowadays, I guess they're all in dressing vans or whatever, trailers.
Oh yeah, like their own right outside the studio there. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
At number 16, we have Mark Wahlberg,
yeah.
which this one's funny. So
Marky Mark.
when he was going, because he was supposed to play the original, he was originally supposed to play the male lead of Silver Linings Playbook,
Mm-hmm.
the role that ended up going to Bradley Cooper. So, uh, and it's funny because Bradley Cooper won an Academy Award nomination for that one. So apparently, I'm trying to remember the actress who was. Did they actually say it? No, they didn't put her name in this. But the actress who was originally going to be in there, coast next to him, he put in the clause that if his co-star drops out, he gets a $900,000 bonus
Oh really?
because I guess because that way if anybody they have to recast her and then someone else I don't know, and it's not somebody much better than her or equal. I guess I don't know what Mark was thinking here,
Yeah,
but he ended up.
yeah. Hmm.
I think it was Anne Hathaway that was supposed to co-star next to him.
Okay.
But the funny thing about this being in his contract is he's the one who dropped out.
Oh, so he did
He
it.
dropped out,
Yeah,
and that's why Bradley Cooper got it.
yeah,
But so he didn't even. It was kind of a pointless aspect of his contract because he dropped out. So even if she dropped
right.
out after that, he wouldn't got $900,000.
Yeah. I guess he didn't care. I don't. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the specific situation. So I mean, there may have been a reason
Yeah.
behind that. So.
Well, like the only thing I can think of in the acting world is like if your co-star is another top name like you are, because Mark Wahlberg, even back when the Playbook came out, he was already a big star.
Yeah.
You know, you got the movie's going to come in. You got these two stars together. Big ass stars. That's going to be the appeal for the movie a lot of times. So maybe he was just like, maybe she's notorious for dropping out of movies or something, or he's just like, well, if she drops out and they have to get a lesser known person to be my co-star or not as famous, then I may, make less in the movie at the box office, kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
It is what it is, eh, but this one always makes me laugh because he dropped out himself before his co-star dropped out. So it became a pointless aspect of his contract
So you
for that
did all
movie.
that to get the contract, and then it's like, oh, never mind, I'm out of here.
Yeah. So number 15, Samuel L. Jackson. He's got actually an interesting one.
That doesn't surprise me with him.
So in his contract, whatever movie he's in his contract, they have to allow him at least 2 days off a week so he can go play golf.
Oh, I didn't even know he played golf.
Yeah, he likes to play golf.
I guess he must really love it.
Yeah, I mean it's his favorite pastime. He literally, yeah. So it's like, okay, you know what? I've recorded for 5 days, but we need you for this scene tomorrow. No, no, it's my golf day. You can't do it.
Yep,
No, I'm done.
gotta go play golf. That's a
So.
passion about golf, I guess.
Mhm. This next one at number 14, it makes a lot of sense to me because so of course, Dolph Lundgren.
Who?
Dolph Lundgren, however you say it.
I don't know who that is.
He's the guy who was the Russian in Rocky Four.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Yeah.
I will break you. Well, when he was doing the role for, I think it was He-Man, yeah, in the Masters of the Universe, the 1987 Masters of the Universe movie, he made sure because he had a really strong Swedish accent and he couldn't really say a lot of lines right. that he made sure to put in his clause. They had to give him 3 tries before they basically dubbed over his voice for that line.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They had to give him 3 tries per line. If he messed up all 3 times, then they would post production it.
Yeah.
That
That's
one makes a lot of sense, especially if
yeah.
you have a really thick accent and you're just starting in the business.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I understand. It's just kind of funny, I guess, hearing it. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the more you think about it, the more sense it makes. I mean, after a while, it's kind of like, okay, well, we got to move on, you know. We can't be here all day waiting on him to say this right.
So, and then number 13, Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
So, I guess in the movie or whatever the performance, Love Don't Cost a Thing.
Hmm.
Apparently, one of the co-stars said on a podcast, apparently Jennifer Lopez had it ordered that she had to have an all white dressing room.
All white, like
Yeah,
all
her
white
dressing room.
clothes.
Yeah, her dressing room. It's like the color of the room had to be all white.
Oh, like everything?
Yeah,
That's weird.
I'm
Is
guessing
that her
everything.
favorite color or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She was informed that the singer was arriving soon, but would go ahead with the performance if her dressing room was completely white.
All right.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna have to look at that podcast that it's supposed to the lady who's on to talk about it.
Yeah.
Apparently, she owns her own podcast, so I have to listen to that. So now number 12 is Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Apparently, he didn't fully. I guess he didn't get what he wanted. Uh, so apparently in the 1988 movie Vampire's Kiss,
Yeah.
he argued and argued with director Robert Berman because there was a scene where Nicolas Cage is supposed to get bit by a bat, and
Yeah.
apparently he argued and argued with the director to try and get a live bat to do that.
Really? Like he wanted the
Yeah,
white live bat?
he wanted in this contract to have it be a live bat that bit him.
Wow.
As Cage reportedly said on the DVD commentary track, at this time I was still very much a method actor, and I would like to live my parts. Thankfully, Bergman was able to convince him to go with animatronic creature by hammering home the deadly risk that comes with actual bat bites.
Yeah.
He had to explain to Nicolas Cage
Like,
about,
yes,
that's kind of risky, right?
you don't want to do that.
At number 11, and of course, this guy definitely, you say his name, he's got some kind of weird clause.
Oh yeah.
George Clooney.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, for the movie Gravity,
Yeah.
in his contract, he made it clear in his contract that for him to be in that movie, they had to have a beach. He had to have a private beach hut and a basketball court made for him.
Jeez.
Yeah, yeah. He apparently had a specially made beach hut that was said to be fully decked out with amenities. Even reportedly had a basketball court put in.
Just for that movie, or that's every time he's in a movie?
That was for that movie specifically.
Oh, okay.
During that movie,
I
I don't
guess,
know what made him think of it for that moment, but
yeah. He just that's what he really wanted to do when he was offset, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. It's like I'm just really in a basketball mood right now, and I want to lay and pretend to lay on a beach, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, I guess. Well, I mean, Gravity. I think they were out in space, so I mean, he had to act like he was out in space. Maybe he just wanted to come back to Earth for a little bit.
I guess.
His co-star, I forgot her name, but reportedly her son actually also was there playing basketball with him periodically while waiting for his mom.
Yeah.
So he got some uses at least.
I'm sure it did. I won't deny that. Yeah.
And we already talked about number 10 with Van Diesel, The Rock, and Jason Statham with their can't lose a fight in a movie. Yeah. It puts limits on how bad of a beating they can take on screen, considering they're often fighting against one another. It makes things pretty tricky. Jason said to USA Today, it's not always easy being an alpha, and it's two alphas.
Yeah.
So I never watched the 2003 film Quigley. Apparently, it's about a man who was reincarnated as a Pomeranian.
I never seen that either.
Yeah. So there's a scene that takes place in heaven. The actor Gary Busey, Bussy, however you want to say it, Busey Bussy, uh, made it in the contract that there was not to be allowed any mirrors in heaven. There could be no mirrors in heaven.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
Uh,
the actor specifically requested that?
yeah. There's one scene of the film that is supposed to take place in heaven, but when he arrived on set, Bussy demanded that they restage it. Why? Because according to Bussy, he had already died and gone to heaven in real life, and he could report that there were definitely no mirrors there. So of course, all the mirrors had to be removed from the set.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's a very weird situation. Mm.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I guess I mean, it's a movie. It's not supposed to really fully imitate real life or the real afterlife, whatever.
Yeah.
That one kind of stumped me when I first read it. It still kind of makes my brain just go, huh?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
So, number 8, Paris Hilton.
All right.
So, when she was supposed to make a cameo appearance playing herself in the 2010 comedy flick The Other Guys, she allegedly made a 3-page list of requests, which caused her to be booted from the production. The list included Grey Goose vodka and for live lobsters to be brought to her whenever she wanted them, which is two things from that 3-page list. I kind of want to know the whole 3 pages. But
Yeah.
why live lobster? Like, I get the Grey
Um,
Goose vodka. It's supposedly a really good vodka. And you want to
yeah.
drink after a scene.
Yeah.
But why the live fucking lobster?
Yeah.
Is she
Plus
just gonna
everybody has.
like?
Yeah.
Uh,
Plus everybody kind of has that particular drink that they like, so
yeah,
that's probably just his. But yeah, I'm not sure about the whole
hers. Paris
I'm
Hilton.
not sure about the whole lobster thing. So yeah.
Yeah, that part really throws me off. So Will Smith, the number 7, had one, which is kind of understandable. He wanted a trailer for workout gear. So it's just not just having his set trailer. He has a trailer next to it with, you know, workout gear so he can work out.
Yeah.
That's not as strange. I
Yeah.
think
I
there's
mean,
a few people that do that.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty standard, especially if you were going to be working on this movie for some time. He probably doesn't want to, wants to keep up with that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah. So, number six, Daniel Day-Lewis. So, during the filming on the set for the Abraham Lincoln 2012's biopic, Lincoln, uh, the actor had a numerous requests on set to accommodate the fact that he wanted to be in character at all time. He allegedly didn't break character for the 3 whole months and requested that everyone, even director Steven Spielberg, call him Mr. Lincoln. He also forbade anyone with a British accent from talking to him because it would throw off his method.
yeah.
So if you were British, you couldn't talk to him. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the way Kane Hodder treated Jason. Anytime he had his costume on, he always, even when they weren't recording, he was always in character. He refused to communicate with anyone. Like once he had his, everything on, he would, yeah, like I said, he would stay silent and stay in character. So,
Yeah.
mhm.
So number five, Eddie Murphy.
Oh boy.
I'm just going to read the whole thing on this one. When Eddie Murphy shoots a movie, he likes to feel fresh, and that includes wearing a new pair of underwear and socks every day. That doesn't seem too unreasonable,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's understandable.
Let us clarify. We mean brand new, like with the tags on.
Oh,
He
like you can't just
allegedly
wash it. Huh?
wears
Yeah.
everything once and throws it away rather than washing it and reusing it like most of us would.
Really?
Yeah, apparently he has to have a brand new pair of underwear and socks every fucking day.
Wow.
It can't be washed from the previous 2 days ago or whatever.
Yeah. Because that was my first thought too. I was just like, as soon as I'm like,
Yeah,
that's understandable. A new pair of underwear and socks. Yeah. I
yeah,
was like, oh, like, no, we mean like fresh from the store kind of thing.
brand
I
new.
was like,
Yeah,
oh, well, that's a
I better
little,
see a tag on that shit.
I need proof that you just bought it.
Give me the receipt, the timestamp. I even want the video from the store that you bought. I want the CCTV footage when every little stoplight you went through on the way, on the back. So, at number four, Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Apparently, at least one occasion, that's why he was in staying at the Woodscore Court Hotel, a very nice hotel, actually. I can recommend it in New Orleans. He apparently made sure to take an entire floor to himself. No guests were allowed on that floor. And apparently, he reportedly also asked the staff to clean his doorknobs every 2 hours.
Every 2 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
Is he like scared of
Rinse it.
germs or something?
I don't know if he's germophobic or not. But yeah, he took over an entire floor and made him clean his doorknobs every 2 hours.
Hmm.
Some
Okay.
people, I swear.
Yeah. I mean, I could maybe understand him.
I mean, I guess like you don't want to if you don't want to accidentally run into fans while
Yeah,
you're just
that
walking
that
around.
part I'm more on board with. Like it was probably would have been an issue maybe with people trying to, you know, come up to
But to
his
do that and then have them
hotel
clean your
door.
doorknobs every 2 hours.
Yeah, that's the part where I'm kind of like, yeah, that's a little extreme. Maybe once a day would have been more of a compromise. Yeah,
Yeah.
but not every 2 hours. Like,
Or
geez,
maybe twice a day. Once in the
yeah,
morning
something a little
and
bit of a
once in the
compromise there.
afternoon or something like that.
Like, I like all this clean very often, so would you at least maybe do them like once or twice a day? Like, yeah, we could do that. Yeah, so,
Yeah. That's just
but every 2 hours, like, geez.
yeah. That's apparently what's been reported. Oh well. Number three, Will Ferrell. So we don't know if he did it just for laughs or what. But when he was working on Semi Pro, Farrell asked for one rainbow on wheels, stipulating that it could be painted on canvas as well as a 15 to 20-foot tall fake tree and a Janet Jackson style headset microphone. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my microphone was off. I heard you, but I was like, yeah, wow, but yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if he did it just to mess with the legal doc team and stuff or whatever. Yeah, he didn't. Number two, Barbara Streisand.
Yeah.
Apparently, I mean, she's done weird stuff like ask for rose petal in her toilet, designer lamps and towels, and whatever.
Yeah.
She's a diva. I mean, she's a very famous diva. I mean,
Yeah. I know the creators of South Park, Trey and Matt, they absolutely cannot stand her. They make fun of her all the time.
but apparently at one point, she apparently specifically asked for toilet paper that is the same shade to match the color of her skin.
What?
Apparently, the article writer goes on to goes does a to put does such a thing even exist? How like have we been missing out on colored toilet paper all these years?
Oh, man. Well, they actually did have colored toilet paper back in
Yeah,
the 50s and 60s, I think.
and
But I don't know about toilet paper the color of somebody's skin though. That's a little
I
weird.
mean, yeah, like the exact same shade. Like, would you have to like,
I guess they'd have to specially make it. I don't know.
yeah, you have to specially order that kind of toilet paper.
Oh man. Yeah, the reason why they
Wow.
got rid of it is because there was more and more reports, apparently, and especially in the mid to late 60s, that colored toilet paper was apparently giving people colon cancer. So
I mean, depends on what kind of what they were using the colors.
yeah, I guess whatever the color was, that whatever the dye was they were using was apparently not good. So for
Mhm.
that area. So
But number one, Tom Cruise.
who?
Tom Cruise.
Oh, Tom Cruise. You said it so weird I couldn't understand.
Tom Cruise.
Who's Tom Cruise?
Jeez. You know damn well who Tom Cruise is.
I never the name sounds familiar, but I can't quite get the face. I don't know.
I will drive the 15, 20 minutes to go to your house and strangle you.
No, you won't. I got the door locked.
You think that door's going to keep me from getting in?
Yeah. Pretty good deadbolt, actually.
Okay, I'll just come through a window.
All the windows are locked.
I've broken through windows before, my friend.
Anyway,
Uh-huh.
this conversation's taking a really weird left turn, but anyway,
hmm No, honestly,
you're
actually,
not gonna
because
break
the
anybody's
wife's got
window.
the vehicle, so I'm not going to walk like the 2 hours to get to your house.
That's what I thought.
I'll just wait until Monday at work.
You're gonna drive to my house and break my windows while I'm at work.
No, I'm just gonna wait till you get to work. Then I'm gonna strangle you.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Nah.
All because you
Further,
refused to explain who Tom Cruise was.
there is no need for me to explain who Tom Cruise is to you.
Just give me a movie example. Jeez. Mm, excuse me. You could be like, Mission Impossible or
Uh-huh.
anyway, what's his little contract?
I almost don't want to read this now. Anyways, but you're obviously being a pain in my ass. So apparently Tom Cruise has a few little things, like the 2017 The Mummy movie, which bombed, which wasn't really apparently that good.
He was in The Mummy?
Yeah, the 2017's remake of whatever it was.
Oh, okay. I never saw that one.
Apparently he made it to where he was the one who hired the screenwriters.
Like that was his request. He had to.
Yeah, he hired the screenwriters.
Oh,
The studio couldn't choose their screenwriters. He had to choose it.
oh, wow.
On top of that, he refuses to allow his likeness to be used in video games or on action figures.
Huh.
So there's no way you can get a Top Gun video game and it'd be Tom Cruise. It could be his character, but not his face or
Maybe that
voice.
maybe that explains why in the Mission Impossible games that doesn't really look like Tom Cruise all that much.
Yeah,
I just
they're
I just
not.
thought maybe they did a bad job making his look, but
Nah, he just doesn't allow that. That's why there's no action figures with him either.
I guess it has been
But
a while since I've made a Mission Impossible game, but yeah.
but those are just to lead you in on some of his little escapades. He's got some weird ones. Because like, why wouldn't you want your likeness be used in video games or action figures? Because you make a profit off that.
Yeah. Is there I I'm assuming he has a reason behind that?
I guess. But to top all of that off,
Yeah.
supposedly he requests on set because he does his own stunts. This is what he has to have for his own stunt.
Yeah.
He requests 50 soft, stretchy thong
What?
thong. Thong.
Like he
Yeah,
wants to wear them while he's doing his stunts?
he wears them while he does his stunt
All right. Does that make it easier for you?
because they reportedly improve his flexibility.
Oh, okay. Mm.
So yeah, anytime you see Tom Cruise doing a stunt in a movie, think about it. He's wearing a thong.
I don't think I'll ever be able to not think about it now.
Exactly. Y'all's welcome. And that is 20 of the
The next
some of
Mission
the
Impossible movie I watch, every time I'll see an action scene, I'm like, yep, he's wearing a thong.
I kind of want to get a bunch of his action scenes together and make it into a music video for the song Thongs. Because every scene he's wearing a thong that he's doing action. Like his plane jumping, the bike jumping, the action scenes, the wall jumping, wall climbing, a wall building hopping. Yeah. Every time you see him do an action scene, he's got a thong on. Let that sink in, viewers. Let that sink in.
Oh, man.
But that's 20 strange contracts that actors actually have.
Yeah.
Some of them aren't too strange. Some of them, I guess,
Yeah, a few
make
of them, I was like,
sense.
well, that's totally understandable. And then there was also a few of them where I was like, well, there's probably a reason behind that, but I just,
Yeah.
I don't, not knowing too much about the acting world, I just don't know what that reason would be. But then, yeah,
Yeah.
some of them, I'm like, what the heck?
So in the comments section of this video, tell me, just put a number 1 through 20 of which one you thought was like either the funniest or like what the fuck, or the most like
Yeah, a
like
couple of those, like the doorknob one, that just sounds like a personal
yeah.
issue or something. I was just like, what the?
It's like if you like it, if you want cleaning that much, you fucking clean it, bitch.
Yeah, like clean it yourself if you want it that bad. Like, I know
Yeah.
you're an actor and you got plenty of money, but geez, that's still a little high to me in this thing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna work for a hotel and like one of the get be told when the guest wants me to clean his fucking
Yeah.
doorknobs every
Like
two
if
hours.
I'm a germaphobe, that's my problem to deal with. I wouldn't like request stuff like that. Like this must be
Yeah,
done for me because I don't like it. You know.
because like if I was asked that told that I'm like, is he gonna pay me extra?
Yeah, no kidding. And I don't know how much they got paid to do that, but still crazy.
I mean, I don't know if they got paid extra. They just had to get do their normal day pay.
Yeah.
That poor hotel
I
staff.
could not stop thinking about Tom Cruise wearing a thong in his action scene. I mean, I don't care. People can wear whatever they want. I don't care. But I just think that's a very specific request. Yeah. Yeah.
So remember, viewers, if you're ever picking on a guy for wearing a thong, remember one of the most considered most masculine guys, Tom Cruise, also wears thongs.
Could he not wear like would like a
Specifically
jock strap
soft
not
and
also give you the flexibility you need? Or I guess maybe you tried
yeah,
that and it didn't work. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. But remember, there were specifically 50 of them on set, and they had to be soft and stretchy.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna go for it, you gotta go all the way, right?
Yeah, he's got
Like if I'm
apparently he's
gonna
got.
wear a thong, it's gonna be a really comfortable one.
My question though, right?
Yeah.
If he has to have 50 of them on set, the amount of action movies he's done, where the fuck are all those thongs?
I don't, I don't know. I would think my first thought was like, well, I suppose they could just throw them away when they're done, but you know that there might be some people wanting to get a hold of some of those because people are weird. Let's
Yeah.
be honest. You know,
I mean, a lot of people probably would pay a lot of money for
yeah. For
a
a Tom
thong
Cruise
that
thong that he
Tom
did an
Cruise
action scene.
wore doing an action movie.
This is one of the thongs that Tom Cruise wore when he did, Mission Impossible 2. Like, all right, the scene where he climbs up that mountain.
Like, honestly, like you think about it, like, would you write on it like Mission Impossible 2, thong 1 out of 50?
Yeah.
And like, so like, would it collect? Like, that makes me think, like, do you collect, try to get issued the number, thong number
Thong
one of
number 50.
50,
Yeah.
thong number 1 of 50, or whatever number, the exact one of each movie? Or do you just go for whatever thong you get?
Yeah. I guess it depends on how much money you got to pay for it.
Like as a because I'm a collector of things. Like I collect figures, I collect swords and shit. I've never collected thongs. So like I've collected, people collect merch and plates and shit. Like, and typically number one is the rarest, like the first issue of a comic or something. So do you want to? So is it like better as a collector to get the first thong of each set for each movie? Like I got Mission Impossible 1 through whatever the fuck it is now.
Yeah.
First thong he wore on set for each movie.
Just have them all
Honest,
in like plated glass.
yeah. Like honestly, if there is a person out there who owns, considering this
It
is a
honestly
federal,
would not
somebody
surprise
has
me.
to.
Yeah.
If somebody out there just somehow comes across this video and you own a pair of Tom Cruise's thongs from one of his action movies, Please comment and which movie it's from and what.
We might even
Like
have you a guest in here.
seriously, I would do it. I would literally want to have a guest on here that is in that.
Oh man,
Please,
that would be so funny.
because I'm curious. Like which number thong is the rarest, and how do you unclap? Like I'm just
And when exactly did that contract come into play? So it's like,
yeah.
at what point was Tom Cruise like, you know what? I think it's just better this way.
Also, do you have a receipt of Austin, I can't fucking speak today. Authentic.
Oh, authenticity.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And like, does it like have what scene specifically it was on, or like which it's the moment he jumped off the building to this building, and this scene right here specifically, or it's
Yeah.
when he jumped out of this plane, or I I don't know why I'm so interested in knowing because it says me like people collect the weirdest fucking things, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, they do.
Like there are
People
people that
people are weird.
still have have the container back when Belle Delphine was selling her Gamer Girl bathwater.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some strange people out there for sure. So that like are interested in weird stuff. So and then on
Hell,
this, it's like now you got a celebrity involved. So,
yeah. Like there's actually one sword that I almost got my hands on,
yeah.
but the day I went to go back for it, it had already bought. And I don't think the guy knew exactly how what he had, so I was gonna try to buy it cheap because he had it for cheap price. It was one of the swords from Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah.
It actually had the seal number on it. I looked it up. It was one of the swords that was used. Fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger had his hands on that sword.
Yeah. Mm.
I wanted. It. I was like, okay, I get paid tomorrow. I'm gonna fucking buy it.
And that's
Literally,
understandable. I don't find that
dude
weird
was
at
literally
all. That
selling
would
it for $150.
oh wow. Yeah.
I was like, he did not know what he had. He thought it was just
No,
a
it did.
replica.
Yeah.
I did too, so that's why I looked at the serial number.
Yeah.
And I got back the next day. He had done sold it like 2 hours before I got there.
Ah, yeah. Somebody beat you to
I was so pissed.
it.
God, what I
Yeah, stuff like that's
actually,
totally understandable, like a relic from a
yeah,
movie, especially with a famous actor, stuff like that. But we got to draw the line somewhere. But some people
no,
just don't know how to draw that line. Yeah,
I would understand if say somebody bought one of his outfits.
yeah, yeah. And I know sometimes when actors wear suits to like the premiere that they had specially tailored for,
Yeah,
sometimes they'll resell those and stuff like
yeah.
that. So,
Which that I understand. You can
right.
it's hanging up. You can keep it contained. It's like, but there was something. At least hopefully, so hopefully the actor wasn't going free bird that night. Something between his crotch and the suit. But like I don't know.
Yeah,
Now if it was like socks, that'd be another different story because I'm like it's a little less weird to me.
yeah,
Especially if you could actually wear the socks yourself, they're your size. You'd be like, hey, I'm wearing the exact same socks,
yeah.
but I'm not wearing someone else's thong.
Yeah, I thought Eddie Murphy was
I mean, I'm
weird
not wearing a
requesting the
thong at all,
I thought
but
Eddie Murphy was weird requesting the new socks and underwear every day, but that makes
yeah,
that look normal. It's like, oh no, he's not so weird. Tom Cruise is
right? Tom, I didn't think anything was actually going to fully top that.
yeah.
And there's Tom Cruise with his thong to thong thong thongs.
Like imagine that being your first day on the job working in a set or something that you find out the actor it's like, wait, Eddie Murphy request that? Oh, like, oh, trust me, that's not even as weird as it gets. There's way
Right?
weirder stuff.
Honestly, like knowing some of these contracts kind
Yeah.
of ruins movies for me now for some of these actors.
So now that we got that out of the way, if you were a really famous actor, what is a something you would specifically request, maybe in a movie or in all movies?
Ah, if I was an actor and I was either on a movie or on set for something or whatever, if I had to request one thing, hmm, it would probably, I don't know. That's kind of difficult because like it also could pretend it could also depend on like what movie I'm on or like
Yeah,
what kind of character I'm playing. Like say if I'm playing a character that and say it's a TV show, but I'm playing a character that's in a wheelchair.
yeah,
I'd probably request for like more athletic stuff to be like a gym or something because the aspect of sitting all day and not being able to move
yeah,
and keep my legs still, like I'm very much a situational person.
yeah. So with
So
you,
it's
it
kind
would
of
just kind of vary on what movie you were in and what
yeah.
kind of role you were playing.
I mean, I guess the biggest thing for me is because I know how long it takes to, you know, do rehearsals and film stuff. I would probably make sure to have my contract for anything I'm on a show or movie or whatever to always have a chauffeur.
Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking. I think one thing I would request is I would want someone, which I'm sure many actors, especially the more famous ones, already have someone kind of like this, but I would need someone at all times basically bringing me whatever food or drink I would want, like anytime I want.
That's already the thing.
I was like, yeah,
They have people specifically on set that is their job to bring the actors drinks and food and stuff when they're sitting in the
yeah.
chair waiting.
And that would be my request. I would go along with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I
But
mean, I would
beyond
just
that, I can't think of anything specific that I would want.
yeah, I literally would want a driver, chauffeur, because like,
Oh, yeah,
what
if
if
I
it's
was rich, I would never drive again. I would always have a driver. I
oh
hate
no, if I wasn't on set, I'd probably drive because I'd be driving a nice vehicle
I
or
hate
whatever.
driving, but
I like to
if I
drive,
was rich, I would always have a driver.
but
I would have
say,
I would
the
have a
movie,
cook, I would have a driver, yeah.
yeah,
And I would have
well,
somebody that do my hair and everything for me. So,
yeah, I mean, you would have that on set anyways, but
yeah. But I would want that on a daily basis, like every
ah,
day. Mhm.
well, like, say you get a show that's on the CW, they film over in Canada, so you stay in Canada.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've drove through Canada, I've been there, but like, I wouldn't want to constantly drive through Canada, through the town, all that. I would really want to, especially if you're like the main star, like if you're really famous enough to be the main main star. He's like Tom Welling has talked about he worked like 16-hour days, and the whole cast actually got together to force the company to buy him a chauffeur because they were afraid he was going to fall asleep at the wheel because they had to drive like 2 hours to set.
Geez.
Working 16-hour days, drive 2 hours, you're fucking exhausted. So, I mean, a situation like that, that's like, I would want a chauffeur because I'm not going to want to waste that time and energy that to focus on driving that I could be utilizing for making a better movie or show. I think that's what I would be like.
Yeah.
But no, I honestly, I don't see how you'd want how to have, I couldn't have someone mess with my hair that I don't know.
Look, you've
I don't
never been
know.
to like a salon before where they fix your hair for you?
No, I mean, I went and got my hair cut, but never been to a salon.
Oh, okay. To me, it seems perfectly normal. It'd be sort of like just having your own personal salon person like every day for yourself.
I mean, I
That's to
guess you'd
me, that's what
eventually
it
get
would
to
be like.
know them,
Yeah. Like,
but it'd be,
so to me, I don't think that's all that weird. But like I said, that would be a rich person thing. Obviously, I don't have enough money to do that. So every day. Mm. That's why I
I
was saying if
mean,
I was rich enough, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'd want like my own personal salon person, like coming over every morning to fix my hair for me, or anytime
It's
before I went out. So
it's like when I watch like period piece movies
yeah.
or shows like about a certain time period, and they had the rich people like their butler and whatever's dressing them. I'm like, I couldn't do that. I couldn't let somebody just sit there and dress me. Like my wife
Well,
might
no,
help me put my
I would draw the line at dressing. I can dress myself.
yeah, like my wife,
I
the
don't
morning
need
she
anybody dressing or laying out clothes for me. But
like she might put my socks on for me or something while I'm like doing something else real quick.
yeah, and that's
But
fine.
like
Yeah.
you know, I'm not gonna sit there and
Now, somebody doing my laundry for me, yes, somebody cleaning my
yeah,
house and my laundry, all on board with that. But yeah, when it comes to dressing and getting my own clothes out, like I
yeah.
can do that
Like
myself. So
now, I mean, I've had to have her help me get dressed one of those days. My hip was out of place
yeah,
and I couldn't
well,
walk.
that's a
That was
specific
different.
situation.
That was a specific situation, but when there was nothing wrong with me, I couldn't let somebody get dress me. I couldn't let somebody do my beard up every day. I like doing that stuff myself.
Now, if I
Now
had
I
a
was going.
beard, I wouldn't mind someone doing my beard for me. So
Now if I was going to go out to like a fancy party or something, yeah, I might go to a professional to let them do a little, do a little sprucing up, whatever. That'd be one thing, but I couldn't personally justify, even if I was filthy rich, having a private person to do that.
yeah.
Like I would find like the person that I like when I do want to get spiffied up,
Hmm.
and if I, that specific place I like, and that'd be the only place I'd visit. Uh, but other than that, no, I like doing it myself. Though it's kind of calming sitting here combing out my beard and stuff, messing with it. Now I'm now I'm started talking about now I'm messing with
That's funny. But yeah, that wouldn't be a set thing for me. That would just be a life thing for me. So not that
it.
that necessarily makes it like makes me sound more like a yeah, I know I have a bit of a vanity problem when it comes to my hair. Okay, leave me alone.
Like I mean I'd be fine with someone doing my laundry and folding it
Yeah.
all up.
Oh, I would love that. So
Maybe if I'm going out, planning on going out, like might call if I had a butler to say or whatever, or manservant, however you want to say it, whatever.
yeah,
Like having them like pull out a suit for me for an occasion, that would be whatever.
yeah,
Like, hey, can you go grab that suit for me while I go get me in the shower? But
yeah.
like, I don't know. I don't even think I would have one. I'd probably not even have a maid, honestly. I don't know. I'm trying to imagine what that would be
Trying to
like.
picture yourself in that scenario.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
leave it down in the comments as well if you want to.
If you were rich, would
What?
you want a maid? Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
if you were
what kind
rich,
of
what?
services would you want? Yeah.
Yeah, as a rich person, and also what kind of service would you specifically put in a contract if you're a movie star or a TV star?
Yeah. But and plus you also I mean if you want there are made companies that'll send just like housekeepers just to clean specific things that like
Yeah,
once or twice a week, however often you want them to
well, I
come.
know that.
And so you could like if you had a lot of money and you don't even necessarily have to have a lot of money to request that. So you
No,
could do something like that as a compromise. That way you don't
we
have like
have one
a
here in
maid coming
town.
every single day cleaning everything. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a small one here in town, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. So that might be a good compromise situation. Some people might would want. So
Yeah, but no offense to them. If I don't know, I doubt any of those their employees would come across a podcast, but I've heard from a friend at work of ours that apparently they're not the best.
what aren't the best?
Our mates, our cleaning service people that we have at the company in town.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know much about them. I know I forget the
Apparently, they've had a few tenants go to move out. Well, not really tenants. They're going to do a homeowner financing, so they're living there while paying for the house that they were
yeah.
selling from them. And they would left a mess before they left. Apparently, a couple of them had hired that company to clean up the house because in the contract, she's they specifically put that the people have to clean the house if they leave it. So they hired the company, and apparently they didn't do a good job at all.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's also probably a few years ago. So
Yeah, and it
maybe they've
probably
gotten
those
better.
sometimes it may have been those particular cleaners that came.
Yeah,
You know, I'm sure there was like when I worked for the company I worked for as a maid service, some I've heard some customers complain about certain cleaners and then but then when a different cleaner goes in there, they seem more satisfied, so it kind of varies. So
yeah. But
I for one was always, they always said mine was perfect. No, I'm kidding.
yeah. Okay, I will say, as your boss and friend, you are an exceptional worker, but perfect.
Yeah. I
Ah,
mean, it's fair to say if I were to do that job again, I think I could honestly do I think I did a pretty good job there, but I think I would actually do a much better job if I had that job now because I was really
yeah.
young when I had that job and I still had that I don't care kind of attitude about everything. So, especially when it
I
came to going to work and stuff. So,
I've always been weird. Like I at work, like I always, even younger, had the idea of just constantly working
yeah.
and doing a damn good job or the best of my ability on that job.
Yeah.
But when it came to my bosses, I always had a I don't give a fuck about you. You're just sitting on your ass doing nothing attitude.
Yeah. I never minded getting a job, but but doing a actual professional job at the job that I was supposed to, yeah, that was a whole nother story. Yeah.
Yeah, I never had a problem. Now, I have a problem getting a job. I found out, and that could be because working so much from a young age to because my mom had me helping them in the cotton field when I was 8 years old to get new toys. So I was used to that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I figured out that if I'm more than 2 months without a job, I don't want to go back. Like if I get fired from a job or let go, and I get a job within the next couple weeks, I go right back into it like nothing.
Oh
But
really?
once it
See,
hits
I'm the
after that,
exact opposite. Once I leave a job, if I'm in between and I'm unemployed, I usually don't want to get a job for a while. But then once it's been a couple of months, then I'm like, okay, I'm so sick of sitting around here. I got to go back to work.
yeah,
So
I'm the opposite. I think it's because I very much like for one, I worked a lot, of course, between school and the summers. I worked on farms and stuff. So I was typically always doing something. So, and I guess at this point, I figured out if I don't have anything to do, like I don't have obligations, I tend to just like, okay. Hmm. So I had to constantly keep myself going,
yeah.
or I ain't doing shit. And that's also another downside of me is cleaning the house. If I start cleaning, I tend to try and clean every little fucking thing I can.
Now I agree with you on that. It takes a lot to get me cleaning, but once I get cleaning, it's like you can't get me to stop.
Yeah.
I just keep cleaning.
And the thing is, and again, like if I like, okay, I got this area clean and I decided to take a seat, I was going to take a break.
Yeah.
That break lasts till the next day.
Yeah. Once I get a break, then I'm not wanting to get back up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I can do that tomorrow or something.
So
Yeah,
my
definitely
wife doesn't like that. My wife gets a little irritated about that.
a Yeah, everybody cleans a little differently. So,
Yeah. But
well, I
oh,
guess we're just about out of time. So that's
we another one bites the dust.
another one back to dance. No. Anyway,
Well,
so yeah, make sure to do all the good stuff.
you mean like, comment, subscribe, and follow? You mean those good stuff?
Oh yeah, none of the
For
bad
more?
stuff like dislike or anything like that.
Yeah,
None of that goes.
we're just some goofy guys that like just to chit chat and record ourselves like weirdos. I mean, what's not to like, right? Right.
That's right.
Anyways, comment down below all my questions I asked you, or just random stuff. And hell, if you want to hear our weird opinions or my aggressive opinions or whatever you want to call it, or his passive aggressive opinions.
My passive aggressive.
You are passive aggressive.
That's just because I don't want to purposely try to hurt anybody's feelings. And I also don't like confrontation all that much. So.
True. But anyways, just leave it down in the comment below and I will keep an eye out. All right, everyone. See y'all next time. Bye.